ये अक्लमंदी करी क्यों थी?
नीचे गिर गई थी वो।
उठा के वहां रख लो, ठीक है? इस तरह झाड़ लेना। हेलो।
Hello, sir.
How are you guys?
Fine, sir.
Okay, so I hope so. The last session will be clear to all, right? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I hope so. All are here. Only 17 candidates are here. What about the rest one, guys? Do you know where the all candidates? Where the other ones?
Sir, they will be joining.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, no, are you asking something?
yes, sir. So actually tomorrow we have a internship session
Okay.
at 3 o'clock. So, sir, can we shift the timing for tomorrow only?
Okay.
Not only me or a few of us have.
Okay. So how many candidates is scheduled at tomorrow's internship session? Like all of you, as well as
No, sir, not all. I guess Sarthak is there. I know Tripti is there. Ashwini is there, I guess. Vimal is there.
Okay, just give me the names in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and what type of internship?
Sir, Cisco internship.
Internship. Okay, not an issue. Just give me the names in the chat box first.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I guess all are joined. So let's start our session. So guys, we are we are already covered the topic which is related to like information, like introduction part of the cyber security as well as the ethical hacking as a part one. And today we are going to cover the part two of the introduction session that is related to like what is cyber security, what type of information security. So in this whole session, firstly we are just going to talk about like what is the information, what type of information security, what is the information security exactly, and what type of information is basically compromised with by the users over the internet. So today, firstly, we are going to discuss about that thing. Then we are going to discuss about the cyber terrorism thing. We are already covered the cyber terrorist, sorry, cyber attack and the cyber other things also we are already covered. But today we are going to cover the next point, that is the cyber terrorism also. And in the last, we are going to discuss about like cyber laws. So this is the whole thing which we are going to cover in the today's session. So let's start. So firstly we will start with the point that is the topic that is called as the information security. So what is the information security and what type of information is basically compromised by the users over the internet. So before understanding about like what is the information security, firstly we need to understand like what is the data and what is the information. So anyone can tell me like what is data and what is information? Guys, am I audible?
Oh, yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, so anyone can tell me like if you want to tell me like what is the difference between the data and the information in your terms.
Yes, sir. So basically, raw data, which is like information in Excel or maybe just all numbers, that will be data. And then when you extract some meaning out of it, like in terms of any graph, pie chart, or anything of that sort, and when you can draw a conclusion out of it, then it will be known as information.
Okay, okay, that's great. So we can also say that like if I'm giving you some example, it's like the information. So data, we can say that like suppose that in an organization like 15 employees are basically working in a company, and once your manager basically said you just go into the records room and just get that particular details about that particular employee, like their name, their the manager will tell you the name, and they want some type of detail related to that employee, that is like email id and address and the phone number. So in that case, once you just extract the useful information from that particular records, that is called the information. And every type of useful and unuseful knowledge which is stored in a proper record format, so we can say that that is a data format, right? So we can say that in a data multiple type of things are basically stored which is useful and unuseful also, but in the information we are only stored that information which is useful and giving us some type of juicy data from there, yes, juicy information from there. So this is called as a information things. Clear, guys? Now we are now what is the information security in terms of data and the information? So information security is basically covering up all security aspects related to the information technology. As you know guys very well, everything nowadays, everything is basically based on the technology, and technology is basically liable to store and retrieve every type of data which is stored in a database. So in that case, if the attacker is basically applying any type of attacking procedure to extract, yeah, to want to extract the data from the application network as well as a different types of systems, so in that scenario you are just performing, yeah, you are just applying some type of security related things which is called as a information security. So in that case you are applying some type of security as well as a countermeasures related to that particular information technology which is used for creating that application, which is used for designing the graph for that particular application also. So this kind of thing is basically related to the information security things. Now, the next thing, we are already discussed about the types of hacker. These are the definition which I am written here. So you can read out these definition. You can also read out the other categories and the definition of the other categories, guys. Now, our topic is basically to discuss about like the types of information. So, what is the type of information basically compromised over the internet by the users? So, if we are just going to talk about like the types of information, so the types of information is basically categorized into the four categories, most four categories. The first category, which is called as a confidential information, the second category, which is called as a financial information, the third category, that is the health information, the fourth one, that is the personal information. So if I'm giving you some example related to that information, like types of information, categories wise type of information. So let's take an example like a confidential. So firstly, what is confidential information? Confidential information are the such type of information you don't want to share with anyone very easily. So these type of information are basically called as a confidential information. For an example, your Aadhaar card, your passwords, your birth certificate, your PAN card, etc., etc. Your voter ID card also. So a type of data uh, which is used if the person is basically hacked from your network, from your database. So in that case, that person can use that particular information for the illegal purpose. And as you know guys very well, if the someone is basically hacked your Aadhaar card, if the someone is basically having your Aadhaar card details as well as the PAN card details, so they can do many things, right? So this is the type of things you need to maintain, and you provide some type of countermeasure related to that, like these type of information you need to secure over the internet, over the systems also. So if I'm giving you one live example related to like a leakage of the confidential information. So in 2018, the Bharat Gas Service server is basically hacked by the attacker, and listed all the listed candidates who are basically having a like who are basically stored the Aadhaar card details over that particular Bharat Air server. So that is leaked by the attacker, and that attacker is basically tampered that data and create a link and just post it on the Twitter. So this kind of thing is basically used by the attackers once they want to, once they get, once they hacked your confidential information. And recently, have you listen have you heard that the crime that is a multiple data is basically leaked by the different types of attackers, for the company um, Dominoes and stocks, up stocks, and these type of companies these companies' data is basically leaked by the attackers, and they are just sell that data on the dark web also. So this kind of things is basically compromised over the internet. So guys, just remember this thing: if you want to share your Aadhaar card details, PAN card, birth certificate to the anyone, so just firstly just check it out, that person is basically liable, that company is basically liable to store all the details in a proper format or not. So this is the main thing you need to understand. The second thing, second type of information, which is called as a financial information. So what is that? Financial information basically related to the financial statement, bank details, login credential for banking practices, etc., etc. So every type of detail which is related to like a money, so we can say that that is a financial information. So just if I'm giving you some examples, suppose that a person is having a person is having a much amount of, yeah, a person, um suppose that attacker is basically getting a data about that particular person which is having a much amount of money in their account. So after that, the person is basically, if the person is basically revealing how much money is basically available in their account, so attacker can use that information to hack that particular person's account. So if I'm giving an example, in 2018, no, 2019, in October of 2019, the there is one politician in the Punjab. The politician's wife's account is basically hacked by the attackers, and they are detected 25 lakh rupees from there. How? Because the attackers know that money is basically available in their account, so they can easily hack, and after that they are just temper, yeah, they just stealing the money from there. So this kind of thing is basically used by the attackers. So don't share your money related information, in your account. If there is so much amount of money is basically available, so don't share the money information, otherwise anyone can try to perform some type of social engineering as well as other things, and after that they can steal, yeah, they can have your information and money also. The next thing, that is a health information. So what is that? Health information basically related to like a policy and diseases. So Policy and disease, suppose that you are already taken a policy like an insurance policy, and the freaker will call you, said, hello sir, I am calling from this policy department, and your premium is your latest premium. Our company basically provide you a 50% discount on on your latest premium. So in that case, once you are just pay by your credit card as well as a debit card right now, so we will give you the 50% discount on your latest premium, yeah, on your coming premium. So this kind of thing is basically done by the attackers. So most of the persons are basically hacked with, because of this technique, because persons are greedy and they want to get some type of discount. So in that case, when the person is basically getting the discount, the information basically leaked, and the money is basically transacted by the one account to another account, yeah, victim's account to attacker's account. There one more type of things, yeah, one more type of case is basically done. Have you listened the yeah, have you heard the type of attack that is Dr. Batra lab clients data leaked in a number of 2020, I guess. Yep. So number of 2020, the Dr. Batra lab, that is a very good type of lab which is uh, working all over the world. So in that case, the client details are basically leaked by the attackers. The next thing, that is a person information. Person information are the such type of information which is compromised over the internet by the users very easily, because every type of user is basically revealing our person information on the social media website itself. How? Because for the social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, as well as the WhatsApp, as well as the other social media platform, the multiple type of information is already available there, like your birth date, your address, your interest, like what type of things are basically yeah, what type of things you are interested in, and other details are also like how many types of candidate, yeah, how many types of food, yeah, what type of food you like, and different types of other details also. And you know guys very well, like if the person is basically going in a restaurant nowadays, so firstly, once they are just order any type of food, so firstly they are just take a pic and upload, like I'm just checking in this particular restaurant and ordering this food and taking this food, and after that they are just starting writing. So suppose that if the attacker is, if you are the victim and attacker is already tapped you, yeah, attacker is already snatched you, so in that case you are facing a lots of problem. So just remember this thing guys, avoid these things, don't update, don't tell you about yourself, yeah, don't tell you about you to the other person, because if you are uh, giving you much details about you, so in that case you are facing a lots of problems. Just wait a minute guys. Okay, guys. So I hope so. The point is clear, like the types of information which is compromised over the internet by the users, right, guys? Is there any doubt related to these categories, like the confidential, financial, health, and the personal?
No, sir, no.
Okay, okay, great, guys. So our next thing, that is what is the motives, which is, yeah, what type of perspective is basically, yeah, what type of motive is basically used by the attackers to hack the different users. So there are multiple types of motives basically categorized, but I am mentioning here few types of motives, and we will discuss about that, like the motives. So the first motive, that is a hobbies. Yep. The first motive, that is a hobbies. Suppose that person want to get some type of general information about you from the social media platform, so they can use a type of motives as well as a goal to get the general information. It means they want to get your hobbies. They want to know like what type of things are you are interested in, and what type of food, what is your interest, and what type of movies you are in interested, like what type of movies, and different types of other things also. So these kind of things is basically related to like a general information. The next thing, fame. So sometimes attackers are also using this technique, like if the attackers want to reveal any other person, they are set a motive that is called as a reveal. The next thing, that is a stealing information. So guys, I already told you in the previous session, like the attackers are basically using the stealing information related to technology, like using the identity theft type of thing for stealing the information about the user's details. The leaking information, that is already I told you, that is related to like a privacy violation. If the person is want to your system, yeah, if the person is already hacked your system, and once they are just get some type of file as well as other details also, and after that once they are just leak that file over that particular internet, so this kind of information basically called as a leaking information. The next thing, this is again a type of motive which is used by the attackers. The political motives. Political motive is basically another type of motive which is used by the attacker to attack over that particular persons. And in this type of attack, there is one most popular type of attack which is used, and this is the name of the attack, like Cambridge Analytica scandal. Anyone knows about this Cambridge Analytica scandal? Like what is it? Okay, guys, just note down in your notebook. You have to read it about the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and you guys will tell me in tomorrow class what is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. So note down in your notebook. Now the next thing, that is a security reason. So some type of attackers are also using a motive that is a security reason to provide some type of security in the terms of blue teams. So in that case, they are using a security reason type of motives for performing a different types of hacking procedures. So I hope so the motives is clear to all, right? Okay, there's one more case, like the persons is basically having a different types of motives also. So that is completely depending upon the user's perspective and the user's thinking, like what type of motive is basically selected by that particular attacker to perform the hacking things. So that is completely depending upon the users also, but here I mentioned the top six type of motive which is used by the attackers for performing the different types of hacking over the users. Okay, so what is our next thing? The next thing is basically a cyber terrorism. So what is a cyber terrorism? So guys, we are already discussed about the thing that is cyber crime and the cyber attacks, and now the other thing is basically come, that is a cyber terrorism. So the cyber terrorism is basically means to damage the information, computer system, and the data that result in harm against a non-combatant target. Non-combatant target, you can say that is a common peoples, like not selected peoples. Yeah, you can say that like a armed janta. So in that case, the target is not selected in the cyber terrorism, and the persons are and the attackers are basically a cyber criminal are basically using the cyber terrorist activities to perform to different types of attacks. So in the result, the pupils will facing a lots of problem, like a damage information, computer system, and the other things also. Even and sometimes in the cyber crime attack, the pupils are also losses their lives also. So this kind of thing is basically included in a cyber terrorism. So there are multiple types of ways which is used by the cyber terrorist groups and the cyber criminal to perform the cyber terrorism. The first way, which is called as a email conversation. The second way, which is called as a telephonic conversation, and the third way, which is called as a gaming platform. So let's talk about each one. So the first one, that is the email conversation. Email conversation, suppose that okay, the cyber criminals most of the time using a email conversation procedure to attack the cyber terrorism type of attack over the different peoples. And that mail is basically and you the guys are basically received the mail, like the victims are basically received the mail from the three sources. The first source, that is a government sector. The second source, that is a bank sector. And the third source, that is a private companies. So in that case, suppose that you are just receiving a mail, and that mail is basically written a message, and that mail is basically comes from the bank. that may like the message basically there is some problem to identify your Aadhaar details. Just click on this link and complete your KYC. So this kind of things, yeah, is basically used by the attacker. Yeah, this kind of message basically sent by the attacker to the different peoples, and after that, that peoples will manipulate. Actually, the mind is manipulated, and they are just click on that link directly, and after that, they are just go to complete the KYC with the using of that link. For the solution, people, the solution is that don't go for that particular link which is mentioned in the email. You just go to with the official website of that particular bank, and after that you just contact with the bank, and you need and then you can complete your KYC details. But the peoples are not follow this type of procedure. They are just follow the shortcuts, and the shortcuts are basically very harmful in sometimes. So this kind of thing is basically used by the cyber terrorist group as a cyber criminal to perform the different types of cyber terrorism things. The next thing, that is a telephonic conversation, guys. So I already told you about the telephonic conversation, like the freakers example. Like suppose that the person will call you and said, hello sir, I'm calling from the credit card department, and our company is basically giving you the free credit card um, on the basis of your account activities, and you don't need to pay anything. Just get the credit card. You just need to fill some type of form, and give me some type of detail which is related to like Aadhaar detail and the other details, and your card renew, and your card will be issued on this date. So this kind of thing is also used by the attackers as a telephonic conversation. So I hope so this kind of call will be received every type of person in our whole life, and as well as you are already received this type of calls till now. The next type of attack which is called as a, yeah, the next type of way which is called as a gaming platform. So anyone can tell me like how the gaming platform are basically involved in a cyber terrorism, yeah, cyber terrorist things? Hello, hello, guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, so anyone can tell me like what the way is basically used in a gaming platform to perform the cyber terrorism terrorist things?
Chatting in between online games and like that.
Okay, okay, anything else? Any other game name, any other way which is used by the cyber terrorist group as well as cyber criminal to perform the gaming platform? I guess in the all like 22 candidates will be involved to playing some type of game, because this is the common things. Like every person is basically interested to play a type of games. Like sometimes some persons are basically interested to play a Candy Crush. Some type of person are basically interested to play some type of pinballs, as well as some type of persons are play interested to play like the attack games, right?
Valorant.
uh, what you said, Anu?
Nothing.
Okay, okay, so have you heard any type of game which is related to like a cyber terrorism?
No, sir, we haven't.
Shri, you said something?
Sir, I just said like mod epic is it can be a way of these things.
Sorry, I'm not understand like what you are saying.
Sir, I have just said like there will be many cracked versions on the internet
Okay,
which can be embedded with the virus.
okay, yeah, it's a kind of way which is used by the cyber terrorism groups also. Like Shri will defining like she will tell you like the different types of things, like different types of cracked versions are available on the internet of the game. So once the person basically click to download that type of link, so after that maybe that link is that games is already compromised with the attackers, so in that case your system is also compromised. So this kind of procedures are also used in a gaming platform. Okay, so I will give you one more example, like a game name. Have you heard that game, that is a Blue Whale, guys? This is the
Yes,
most
sir.
popular game.
Yes, Blue Whale.
Yes, sir. We have like it's a suicide game.
Exactly. So guys, this is a type of best game as an example of the cyber terrorism, because with the using, yeah, with the playing that game, the game is basically giving you 50 challenges as well as the 100 challenges. So in that case, if the person is starting to involve and person is basically starting to play that particular game, so in that case that game is basically giving some type of task and you need to complete that task. So in that scenario, if the person is basically refuse and they are said like I'm not interested to play this game anymore, so once they are just exit, once they are just want to exit via that game, so that is not possible, because they are already hacked your mobile, they are already hacked your PCs and the other devices, so they are started to blackmailing you. So this kind of thing is basically involved in a gaming platform like a Blue Whale game. So after the ending of Blue Whale game in 2016, there is one more type of things are basically coming in the market, that is called as a WhatsApp group attack. Have you heard that name, WhatsApp group attack?
No, sir.
Okay. So the WhatsApp group attack, there is a one link. I guess this is a link, right? So let's see a small video. Have you heard that name? That is a Momo WhatsApp group attack.
No, sir.
No. Okay, so I will represent a small video in front of you guys, so you can easily understand like what type of things, yeah, what type of procedure is basically used in a WhatsApp Momo group attack. That is similar to the Blue Whale game. The person is basically received a message on the WhatsApp, and once they are received, once they are just checked the DP, so DP is basically is a girl's DP, and that girl is basically having a big smile and big eyes. So in that case, they are just received some type of messages like, "Do you want to play a interesting game and something else?" And once the person is basically showing like, "I am the interested to play this game," so they are sending some type of details. They are asking about some type of details also, and they are started to giving you some type of task. And once you are just completed the task, you need to update on the WhatsApp. So this kind of thing is basically used in a WhatsApp group attack, that is called as a Momo WhatsApp group attack, replace of Blue Whale game. So let's see a small video so we can easily understand like what type of things is basically involved in that. Okay, so why we need to discuss about the cyber laws? Because sometimes once the people is basically involving a cyber security field as well as a hacking field, and once they are just started to hack some type of other devices, so they are just thinking like we can do everything. Yes, this is right, we can do everything, but the government is basically provide, yeah, government basically uh, set at some type of restrictions, like if you are doing this type of thing for the illegal activities, they are performing some illegal activities, so the government will take some type of actions over you. So what is the actions is basically taken by the government, so now we are just going to discuss about that actions. So that is comes with the topic, that is cyber laws. So guys, just remember this thing, every country maintain our own cyber laws, and we are in India, so we are only going to discuss about the Indian cyber laws. If you are doing a crime in the another city, yeah, another, sorry, not in city, not in another country, so in that case you need to, firstly I'll just suggest you just go and read out about the cyber laws of that country. After that you just planning, yeah, after that you just do that particular cyber crime over that particular country. Otherwise, the once they are just punish you, it means you are facing a lots of problem. And there are multiple things are basically involving in that, so I'm not going to disclose everything on this place, yeah, on this time. But still we are going to discuss about the Indian Parliament uh, laws, that is number 21, which designed in the 17 October of 19. Okay, so The Information Technology Act, that is 2000, also known as the IT 2000 or the IT Act, is an attack. Yeah, is an act of the Indian Parliament number 21 of 2000, notified on 17 October 2000. It is a primary law in India dealing with the cyber crimes and the electronic concerns. So guys, we need to discuss, yeah, we need to understand about like what is the limitations basically set by the government over you once you are just working as a cyber security profile as well as a hacking profile. So the first time, that is called as under the section 43, it will define like damage to computer. If you are involving to damage any type of computer, and you are performing some type of activity like to crashing, like you are already hacked the computer and after that you are just performing to yeah, you are just execute some type of code and after that the system is going to crash out. So in that case, you are just performing a type of attack that is related, that is called as a damage to computer, and that attack is basically under the section 43 as a punishment. After that you will get a punishment by the government of the Indian Parliament according to the number 21, and it will punish you like as an imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. So this kind of thing is also done by the Indian Parliament if the attackers are basically using to damage the computer of the other son. The section 65 will define like tampering the computer source documents. So if the person is basically involving to hack another person's computer and after that they are just tamper some type of document which is available on that particular system as well as the network, even and if the person basically performing some type of modification process over that particular document which is available there, and so in that scenario, the government will punish under section 65 as a punishment as imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 2 lakh rupees as well as the both thing. The 66th section will define like hacking with the computer systems. If the person is basically using some type of technique which is also called as a hacking technique to hack the different types of system as an illegal way and without getting the permission, so in that case they will get a punishment as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 5 lakh rupees as well as the both thing. So section 66 is basically divided into 6 subcategories. The first one, which is called as a 66A. 66A is basically defining like punishment for sending offensive message to communication service. If the person is basically sended any type of offensive message to communication service and after that victim is basically claimed like this type of person is basically sended me this type of offensive message like abusing message and the other type of offensive messages also. So in that case, the government will punish that particular person uh, as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. So this is a section 66A, and most of the pupils are basically involving in that because we are already we are already attached in some type of groups like we are already added in some type of group like friends group and the other groups, and suppose that in their group some type of offensive message is basically sent by the persons, but the person don't know but there is one person who don't like this type of things. So maybe if the person is basically going to claim like and uh, like they are claiming about that particular things like that group is basically sended an offensive message in our group and the person basically sended another message in our group, so after that the government will punish. The next thing, that is section 66B, that is receiving stolen computer or the communication devices. If you are receiving any type of theft computer, suppose that you are buying a second hand laptop as well as a second hand phone from the market, and suppose that that phone as well as that device, yeah, that computing device is basically stolen and you don't know about that, but once the once you are just caught by the cops by the tracking techniques, so in that case you will punish as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. Next, that is 66C. 66C will define identity theft. It means using password of the another person. It means I already told you guys, if the person is basically using a different person's identity, that is a type of cyber crime. And in that scenario, if the person is using a different password, like the using of the password of the another person's account, suppose that you're hacked a different person's social media account and you are using and you are accessing that particular dashboard with the using of that account password, without concern of that particular person. So in that case, you will punish by the government as the imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. So I suggest you guys don't involve in this type of crime, otherwise you are facing a lots of problems sometimes. The 66D is basically defining cheating using computer sources, yeah, resources that is done by the freakers. So what is that? Guys, I already told you related to the examples like a freakers, like they are just simply call you and said, hello sir, this. So this kind of thing is basically related in a 66 days. So after that, you will punish as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. The 66E is basically defined privacy violation. So if you are publishing the private images as well as the private media files over the internet without consent of that particular person, so in that scenario, you will punish by the government. Yeah, you will get a punishment as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 2 lakh rupees. The last section, which is included in a subcategory of section 66, that is 66F. 66F is defining the act of cyber terrorism. If the person is basically performing any type of activity which is related to like a cyber terrorism, so in that case, the person will get a punishment up to lifetime, as an imprisonment up to lifetime. The next section, that is 67. 67 is basically defining publishing information which is obscene in electronic form. If the person is basically sended any type of information like the hacktivism. So guys, I already told you like what type of procedure basically involved in a hacktivism. So if the person is basically doing by this type of activity over that particular servers, over that particular network, so in that case, the person will punished by the government as an imprisonment up to 5 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 10 lakh rupees. The next thing, that is 66A. Okay, 67A. 67 is basically defining into three subcategories. The first one, 66A. 66A is basically defining like publishing images containing sexual acts. If the person is basically involved, suppose that they are just publishing a type of images as well as type of media file which is related to like a sexual act, so in that case, the government will punish that particular person as an imprisonment up to 7 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 10 lakh rupees. The next, 66B, that is defining publishing child porn or predating children's online. If the person is under 18 and they are involving in this type of things, like the person is basically date with another guy who are not age of 18, not cross the age of 18, so in that case, if the person is basically caught by the cops, so after that they will punished by the government as an imprisonment up to 5 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 10 lakh rupees on the first conviction. It means agar pehli baar pakda gaya. But if the person is not like if the person is followed this procedure again, and again if they are caught by the cops, so in that case, that person is again get a punishment by the government as an imprisonment up to 7 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 10 lakh rupees on the second conviction. So अगर आप इस तरीके किसी भी इन्वॉल्व में किसी भी अटैक में इन्वॉल्व होते हो, so just remember this thing, you are facing a lots of problems. The next thing, that is 67C. Yeah, Aman, are you saying something?
No, sir.
Okay. 67C is basically defining like failure or to maintain records. So what is that, guys? This is section is basically designed by for the governments, like for the companies, because every type of records will be maintained by the companies. Like if the company is basically like a ISP, if you are going to talk about like the ISP and the VPN service providers, so the VPN service provider need to maintain the logs. If any type of crime is basically used by that particular VPN service, so the if the government is basically come, as well as the cyber investigators basically come to check like what type of records are basically available in their particular VPN, related to VPN. So in that case, yeah, related to IP address. So in that case, if the company is not maintain, yeah, failure to maintain their records, so after that the government will punish that particular company owner, that is imprisonment up to 3 years, as led related to that fine. The 68 is basically defining like failure and refusal to comply with the orders. This guideline is basically defined, yeah, designed because of if the one company is basically taking an order to the different company, like I am publishing, yeah, I am setting the like 50 computers in our lab, yeah, in your lab, in this given time, and if they have failed to maintain this type of service and this type of facility, so after that, company will claim on you, and after that you will get a punishment as imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. The next one, 69. 69 is basically defining failure and refusal to decrypt data. If the person is basically involving in that, suppose that the company is basically working to decrypt the data and they are fail to decrypt the data, once the government employee is basically like an investigator, as well as the other government employees basically come to you for decrypting that data, for knowing like what type of details are basically storing on your device, on your particular server. So in that case, if you have failed, then you will get a punishment up as an imprisonment up to 7 years, as well as related to possible fine. Section 70 is basically defining securing access or attempting to secure access to a protected system. It means, suppose that any type of cyber criminal as well as a hacker is basically involved to attack over that particular system, which is already secured by some types of firewalls, and you are trying to bypass the firewall security, you are trying to bypass the security measures. So in that case, if you are involved in this type of attack and you are caught by the cops, so you will get a punishment as an imprisonment up to 10 years, as well as you need to pay the fine related to that crime. The next, that is 71. 71, guys, define you like a misrepresentation. It means if you are uploaded the false certificates, like suppose that you are not having a degree like a technical degree, and sometimes people are using a fake technical degree as well as a jali technical degree se bolte hai, right? So if the person basically uploaded that particular document on the government website as well as the private sectors also for getting some job, so in that case that person will get a punishment as an imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. The next, that is 72. 72 will define breach of confidentiality and privacy. If the person is basically involving in that for breach the confidentiality and privacy of the other company's data, so in that case they will punish by the government. Yeah, it will punish by the government like imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. 72 is defining in one subcategory, that is 72A, that is disclosure of information in breach of lawful contract. So guys, I already told you, I already giving you some example related to like Edward Snowden, which is related to like a crime, that is sharing copyrighted files oblique information. So this is the type of law which is designed for that type of crime, like disclosure of information in breach of lawful contract. So it will get a punishment by the government as an imprisonment up to 3 years, as well as they need to pay the fine up to 5 lakh rupees. The 73 section will define like publishing electronic signature certificate falls in certain particular like a signature forgery. So if the person is basically involving in that, suppose that the person is basically using the another person's signature as well as the biometric scanners as well as the other scanners thing. So in that case, if the person is basically caught by the cops, so they will get a punishment as an imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as they need to pay a fine related to that crime, that is up to 1 lakh rupees. The 74th section will define publication for fraudulent purpose. So if the person is basically involving in that, suppose that the person is started a promotion, like just invest your money in this particular company, yeah, in this particular term, yeah, in this particular product, and after that, like you are already seeing a movie like Fir Hera Fairy. Have you seen this movie Fir Hera Fairy?
Yes, sir.
So that type of crime is basically involving for that movie, like publication for fraudulent purpose, right? So after that, if you're caught by the cops, so imprisonment up to 2 years, you will get an imprisonment up to 2 years, as well as you need to pay the fine up to 1 lakh rupees. So guys, these are the all rules, yeah, all restrictions which is defined by the Indian Parliament 21 as government rules. And after that, if you are not follow these type of rules and you will got by the cops and you are doing some type of crime, so after that you are facing a lots of problems and you are facing a lots of difficulty to maintain our career in a cyber security as well as the normal living things. So I hope so the cyber laws is clear to all, right guys? Okay, so let's start our topic with the networking basics. So I hope so the NALCOM and DEFCON, the conventions are clear to all, right? Conferences आपको समझ में आए किस तरीके से होती है, right guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next thing, that is the networking basics. So networking fundamentals. Our topic is basically a networking fundamentals, and in the networking fundamental, we need to cover few types of topics, a few types of things that is related to like a network terminologies, introduction to network, network protocols, IP addresses, IP subnet, NAT and bridge connection, and the DHCP server. So firstly, we need to understand these basic fundamental topics. So after that, we can easily hack any type of device which is connected in the network. Because without knowing these type of things, we cannot perform any type of hacking procedures with the using of that network. So in that case, firstly, we need to understand like what is the internet. So if we are just going to talk about like what is internet, so we can say that internet is just like a mediator, and this mediator is basically used to hack the different types of this mediator is basically used to send any type of data packet from one network to another network. It means if you want to send any type of data packet, any type of message to your friend which is established in another country, so in that scenario, you are just sending that message via your network. It means you are already connected with your network, and that person is also connected with their network. So in that case, you are just sending a message, and that message basically traveled by your network, and the mediator is basically used, that is called the internet, for sending the data packet, which is a message exactly for one network to another network. So this is the way, this is the thing is basically using once you want to send any type of data packet from one source to destination. So what is internet? So the internet is a vast network that connect computer all over the world. Through the internet, people can share information and communicate from anywhere with an internet connection. Now, just look at now we are also taking the online classes. So how we can take it? By the using of internet. Because if we are not connected with the internet, because I am connecting with my own network and you guys are also connected with your own network. So you can take every type of things which I am just going to defining by the using of that internet. Because without internet, we cannot send it any type of data packet over the communication channel. So mediator is involved, that mediator is important, and that is the internet. So just tell me guys, internet is a free or a paid? The generation of internet, it means we are using a internet. So if you want to generate a new internet connections, if you are going to generate an internet bandwidth, so that is free or paid? Anyone? Internet is a free or paid? Hello.
Sir, paid.
Okay, and how you can say that it's a free? Like you are paying some type of amount if you want to use the internet, right? Like if you are using a internet in your cellular network, also like in a mobile phone, so you are paying some type of amount. Even you are also paying a Wi-Fi connection. If you want a Wi-Fi connection, so you are also paying. So how you can say that internet is a free? If the internet is free, so what type of cost? Like you are paying the cost for what? Anyone? Okay, not an issue. I will tell you. Like, guys, just remember this thing. You are paying an amount to the internet parties, but you are paying an amount for the maintenance cost, not an internet cost. As we know very well, internet is basically a free, and we can use the internet. But we are paying a particular amount for every month. Why? Because that is a maintenance cost. The project is basically taking a one type of amount for establishing everything, but still there are multiple types of team are basically working to maintain the different types of security as well as to provide the internet from that particular project to that particular place to your place. So in that case, we need some type of cables, we need some type of persons who are basically working and comes that particular internet from that place to your place. So that's why you are paying a type of amount. This is the why we are just paying the amount for every month for the internet. Okay, so anyone can tell me like how the internets are basically works? Like internet is basically work like suppose that I told you like you want to send a data packet to one network to another network, right? So like your friend is basically established in another country. Like if we are just taking example like you and me, so I am just saying something and you are just receiving something, right? So in that case, like what type of things, like how the internets are basically work, how we can communicate with the internet, but how they can work with the using of satellite or something else.
So with the help of regional servers, the data is transmitted to your friend in that particular server.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
The data is transmitted to some protocols through the servers, through the network.
Okay. Okay, so this you are saying the protocols is basically liable for sending any type of data packet, right?
Yes, sir.
Question is basically that is right. You are right, because every type of data packet, if you want to send over the network, so firstly that data packet basically travel via the protocol. But by how they can travel with the like how the protocols is basically travel over the internet, like they are using some type of satellite connection as well as some other connection for traveling the data packet. Ishwar, your voice is not coming. I guess there is some
Yes, sir.
connection
Yes,
issue.
sir. Sir,
Yeah, do you have any idea regarding this?
no, sir.
Okay, so guys, I will tell you like how these things are works. Have you heard that cable name that is a fiber optic cable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are connected with your broadband connection, like in your house, if you are connected with a broadband connection, so you guys know this thing like your device, your router is basically connected with a small wire that is a yellow color wire as well as a green wire, right? So this wire is basically a fiber optic cable, because fiber optic cable is basically liable for sending the data from one side to another side. So in that case, we can say that the fiber optic cables are basically using for sending the data. So if I'm going to show you like fiber optics cable, so just look at here, these are the fiber optic cables. Fiber optic cable, and this is the jack of the fiber optic, like this. And these fiber optic cables are basically settled into the ocean. So you can also see that fiber optic cables in the ocean, like this, like this. And this is the actual fiber optic. So the companies are basically invest our money to establish a complete connection between the one country to another country via the using of that fiber optic cables, which is placed in the ocean surface. And after that, if you want to send any type of data packet, that data packet is basically traveled by this particular fiber optic cable. So if you are want to send any type of data packet to the another country, so you can see here on this map the different countries are basically connected to the fiber optic cable. So if you are see the live, so you can use the website that is Submarine Cable Map. So this is the website, guys, Submarine Cable Map, and this website will tell you like these are all the fiber optic cables which is actually available in available surface on the ocean. So you can see here like the different types of main points are basically available. So if you want to send any type of data packet from your network to another country, so in that case, firstly your data packet is basically going to the main server. So that main server is basically in India. If you are just going to talk about, like we have total 2 main servers. The first one which is available in Mumbai, and the second main server which is available in Chennai. So there are 2 main servers, and there are 3 main servers, but that are not used so many times. But the 2 main servers are basically used, and that so this kind of thing is basically used by the team, and you are using an internet, and this is the reason why you are just sending a message from one place to another place. I hope so, guys. The point is clear to all, right?